They are called only as a last resort, when all other avenues have failed. The Tyler Morning Telegraph's Kenneth Dean goes inside the training of the Tyler Police Department SWAT team to learn what is required to be a SWAT member and how they maintain preparedness as a unit.
911, where is your emergency?
I'm running over here.
Can you kind of run through kind of what I went through today?
Well, what we trained on today was hostage rescue tactics. The officers going in a worst case scenario and having to rescue a victim in a house where you have an armed suspect.
Right, and we talked about this earlier. This is the worst case scenario, and most times these things are resolved way before it escalates to this point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the absolute worst case is for an entry team to have to make an entry. We would much rather be able to negotiate the person out, bring it to a peaceful conclusion. The last thing we want to do is have to send officers into harm's way or force an issue that doesn't need to happen.
Turn around! Turn around! Yeah! Move! Come here! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
On the ground.
I got it. We're good. Bad guy, crime scene, EMS, good. Yeah, it is.
If they're able to talk the person out, by all means, that's what we want to do. The only time we would make an entry is if it's literally a life or death situation where someone is in immediate danger.
And this was a hostage situation where what we were doing today, where somebody actually had somebody holding them hostage at gunpoint.
Right.
And the officers that were training today had to go in. They had to decide which target was a threat and which target was not a threat.
Right. In a real life situation, you've got the adrenaline that's flowing. It's usually nighttime. There's just so many things that could go wrong, and only one way that it can go right. And that's why we say this is a worst case, last resort type thing.
The physical requirements for SWAT members surpass those of the street officers, as they must lift more, run faster, and be in the best shape possible. Sergeant Hall explained that SWAT member has to be able to carry the extra weight for hours. Sergeant David Hall helps Jax lead the team of 16 officers plus a few medics to make sure they stay in shape and that the SWAT members stay proficient in their weapons training. And of course, we were at the firing range, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I went through all the qualifications that y'all have to go through, which are pretty tough. And then we did the PT that you guys do, which is above and beyond what regular police officers do. And so you've got the PT, you've got the qualifications that are different than the regular officers, and then you have this training. And about how often do y'all do this training?
Well, it just varies. We rotate through, all the different tactics that we use. So a couple times a year we'll do hostage rescue training, and all of that stuff ties together. The firearm skills, the physical fitness. You can see how much this gear weighs. You don't have to be physically fit because we're going to go run 2 miles, but you've got to be able to carry all that gear in 100-degree weather with your adrenaline flowing and your heart rate up, and still be able to shoot accurately and do all that. So it all ties in together.
But for the everyday person that comes in contact with the police, they never see this.
Right.
And this is the extreme scenario.
Right. Yeah, this is something we want to avoid,
right,
if at all possible.
And you have a negotiating team, and they're skilled at what they do, correct? They talk to the person as much as they can and try to talk that person out.
Oh yeah, we have a great negotiations team.
Okay. Well, I want to thank y'all for allowing us to get a glimpse of what y'all do, how y'all train, and I want to thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right.